Welcome to the Farms Friday Food File Podcast. It's your contrarian agrarian, Sue Belcom.
And Annie Carlson.
And we're here to bring you another one of our favorite recipes.
This week we are talking Olivia's rice casserole.
I love rice. I don't know who Olivia is, but what's the big deal about this casserole recipe?
This is a classic, easy comfort food from the kitchen of my great aunt, Olivia Shibley.
All right, I love that name, Olivia. Olivia, once I can pronounce it. So tell me, is this easy to make, like for a beginner cook? And if I was going to mess this up, is there anything that I could mess up in this recipe?
This one is pretty simple. My great aunt, who's passed away quite a few years ago, is an excellent cook. She's a German from Russia like you and I, so she knows her way around a kitchen. And this is a quick and easy casserole. It reminds me a lot of like rice-a-roni, like today's rice-a-roni type meals. It's got rice, a little bit of hamburger and stuff in it, and it's really easy to make and very filling. It's one of my nephew's favorite meals.
But it doesn't come out of a box like rice-a-roni, the San Francisco treat. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Do many people realize just how easy it is to do things like hamburger helper, pasta helper, and rice-a-roni at home without buying those expensive mixes?
I wish they would, because hamburger helper is nothing compared to a homemade hot dish.
I know, and it's really the same deal. So tell us how you make Olivia's rice casserole, will you?
So you just need a few ingredients. You need about a pound of ground beef. You can even substitute a little sausage if you'd like to do sausage. 1 chopped onion, 1 chopped green pepper, some salt, pepper, and garlic powder to taste. And make sure that when you are using salt, pepper, and garlic powder, that you'd use a little extra because you're flavoring a lot of rice. And you want to make sure that flavor goes throughout. This is not minute rice. This is the long grain rice. I often use brown rice in this recipe just for a little more fiber.
And that kind of rice is way less expensive than minute rice, isn't it?
Absolutely. You are going to use 1 package of dried chicken noodle soup mix, like a Lipton packet, like those cup of soups. You just use 1 of the packets, and 4.5 cups of water.
So I know what the ingredients are. They seem pretty simple. Do you need like any special tools to create this little dish of yours?
This is a 1-pot meal, so I use a heavy roaster, like your chicken roaster pan with a heavy lid. You don't want to let a lot of water vapor escape to let that rice cook up. So you want to make sure you have a heavy lid to keep that water vapor in.
Well, how about a crock pot? Would it work to make it in a crock pot?
I've never done it in the crock pot, but I can't imagine why it wouldn't.
Okay, well then how do you go about putting these ingredients together?
So take your roaster that you're going to cook it in and set it on your stovetop, and you're going to brown the first pound of hamburger. You're going to add onions, peppers, and your seasonings. Season the meat really well. Like I said, you got to make that flavor carry on into the rice, so you want extra flavoring. Don't be afraid to season it liberally. Again, we're flavoring that rice. We want to have a good flavor in the rice. When the hamburger is brown, pour the dry rice over the top. You're not going to stir it in. Sprinkle the dry chicken noodle soup over the rice. So you've got the little noodle pieces like you find in rice-a-roni and the rice like rice-a-roni. Then you're going to just pour the water over the top, 4.5 cups of water. You don't even need to stir it. So put the lid on, set it on, make sure it's on tight, set it into your oven. You're going to cook it at 350 for an hour. Then when it's done, you'll bring it out. The rice is cooked. It's absorbed all that water. You stir it up, and you've got a beautiful, filling, easy comfort food.
Well, sure. You could actually put this together in the morning and then have your husband put it into the oven while you're at work. And ta-da! He looks like a cook, right?
That's right. And I have done that.
So what do you serve when you serve a casserole kind of comfort food like this? What else do you guys eat with it?
It's summertime, and I've got lettuce growing in the garden. We'll have a big salad with it. If it's wintertime, I'll open up some canned vegetables or cook some frozen vegetables that we've preserved from our garden. So it's really one of those meals that you can make at any time of the year and augment it with whatever fresh or canned produce that you have.
Sweet. So remember, everyone out there in podcast land, the entire recipe for Olivia's rice casserole can be found in the show notes on our website, which is www.farmsnews.com.
We'll be back next Friday with another installment of the Farms Friday Food File podcast. Until then, get cooking.
Bye now.